Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification Tournament sudden death matches this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Playing as Imperial Guard, we've got Yazoo 55, but over to the side of the map, we have got Gab PR as the Chaos Demons. Gab PR will be opening up triple Furies, a whole smorgasbord of warp signatures, and a lesser demon portal, whereas Imperial Guard will be going for double Guardsmen, Conscripts, extra Tech Priest Engine Seer, Plasma Generator, and a Infantry Command. Not only is all this stuff going on, but I'm also joined by the wonderful, the one, the only, TheLaughingMax. How are you doing, young man?
I'm doing great. I'm looking really forward to this awesome game. Also, the intro was really nice, putting everything into the, let's say, perspective into a few seconds. It's really nice, so we don't miss anything here.
What can I say? If one day I'm going to be a rapper, I'm going to put Eminem out of business. I think I might just turn the intro into a song one day. That might be the way forward.
Wow. I can see the YouTube clicks going up.
That's it. But, stick that in a YouTube short. So anyway, we've got Chaos Demons versus Imperial Guard. One faction that likes to be really aggressive in the early game. One faction that loves to hide away in their infantry commands. What's your kind of predictions for this match going in?
How should I say? On the player level, Yazoo is a little more active. Been a little more active in the last month, whereas KPR as the OG guy. He also missed something. I can point out in a second. Has a serious rust put on his fingers over the last month, I would say. So my prediction is that Yazoo wins this, but we will see. KPR also missed something. Oh no, he did not. It looked like he stopped the cap early, but it's all good. It's all good. This was my failure here. And yeah, the usual command squad aggression you want to see. You don't want to use the command squad and stick in your base. It's the only way out. And it looks like they also enabled Hero War Gear, which I was telling the players they can enable it if they want to. So they did here, which is nice.
So we've got two very seasoned players, but one who's been able to get some practice in, one who's getting the rust off the old fingers. So it'll be all a question about what wins out in the end. Will it be the... how would one say? The energy of youth or the wisdom of experience? We shall see what comes out on top today as this Demon Lord moves over towards the relic, flanked by Furies and Horrors as they chase around these fully qualified guardsmen.
Yeah, but the command squad also quickly thought about going to flank them from the backside, but they're now killing demonic shrines, so they're more or less doing an economy trade, which is probably the right call. But yeah, these poor guardsmen getting hit by Furies, getting shot by flaming bolts. Yeah, this doesn't look good for this side. But there's another squad of conscripts, so they don't know how they like to shoot demons, but let's see.
And for the people viewing at home, from what I understand, the pink horrors, even though their tooltips say they're good against vehicles, buildings and aircraft, they are quite useful against infantry in this version of Dawn of War, aren't they?
It's not this version, it's the Chaos Demons in particular, because it's the only ranged squad they have able in Tier 1. And if it would be only good against buildings, they wouldn't have any ranged squad. And we are, as you may know from the higher levels of play, ranged is the way to deal damage.
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's nothing worse than having a bunch of melee squads chasing after a ranged squad but not being able to get those attack animations on. Speaking of attack animations, these conscripts are not in the business of staying alive. They've quite literally been just demolished, turned into a fine red paste by both Furies and Horrors alike, but they have lost all the morale, so unable to regain their hit points at the moment. Will slowly but surely lose them as well. Got a Tech Priest Engine Seer inside the field command, and while this is going on the south side of the map, we do have some Furies chasing away these guardsmen and their commissar, but the command squad has... I don't know if the warp signatures had finished or whether the command squad has killed them all at this point, but certainly unimpeded is this command squad in the Chaos Demons base at the moment.
Yeah, the command squad actually killed all 3 signatures. They killed a demonic shrine. They also kept the list at a strategic point out of the Chaos Demons base, so it's like really base tradey here. But we all know that at some point, if you face an Imperial Guard building, that's the time you need to go back, because you're not killing this with just some horrors. We also see some screamers in the middle of the map screaming at some guardsmen as they fly by, getting shot in the side by another squad of guardsmen.
I do quite like the way that they bob when they're chasing people. It almost looks like they're patting them on the back of the head. But yeah, you're absolutely right. In a base trade against any other faction than Imperial Guard, you might be able to be in with a 50-50 even trade. But against the Imperial Guard, there's just it's folly. It's madness. It's chaos. But I suppose chaos is what the Chaos Demons are known for, as the Screamers are just kind of just being sent to their own early graves, really, but they have managed to tie up not only the commander but also two Imperial Guardsman squads over here. The infantry command is holding firm as this tech priest engine here is repairing things as they go. Listening post managed to be taken down, but now that the guardsmen have been able to catch up, and big old fire nonsense coming from the from a demon lord, sending these guys all the way almost into the lake in the middle of the map, I do have to say.
Go some swimming, they say. No, this is the Screamers fight bought some time so they can get this LP2 down from Imperial Guard and decapped it even, but now is the time to leave. It was a pleasant journey here in the Imperial Guard base, but now you really have to go, because there's another listening post getting upgraded as well. The infantry command is shooting plasma and las guns left and right. So yeah, at some point it's time to find a new vacation, I would say.
That's it. They've came as a tourist, get a postcard and go back home. I do quite like how the Imperial Guard have put a heavy bottle turret just outside, and they'll be chunking away at this lesser demon portal, which is a real annoyance. But then again, in saying that, we've got 3 demonic shrines in the Imperial Guard's base. I mean, that's just impressive, if anything else.
That's such a wonky game as well. It's like, yeah, you have a listening post right outside the demon demon base, but then you have like 3 demonic shrines inside the Imperial Guard base. This is like all over here. Like you have, but the heavy bolter turret, it's gonna be interesting. The heavy bolter turret, the listening post, this isn't gonna be easy to pick up. That being said, the horrors are still pretty good against buildings, but yeah, they will lose a few models left and right for that.
Absolutely. We're looking at economy 62 and 10 compared to 102 and 0, but obviously demons do some funky stuff with their green money. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Chaos Demon player will have had a good chunk of economic advantage for a significant portion of this game, so they do look like they've got tier 2 money, although they haven't quite. I mean, I can't tell if they've gone into tier 2 as of yet, but we shall see when they're ready to go up 1 tier and maybe get some more exciting toys than our usual Screamers. I mean, we've got a whole fleet here, but it would be nice to see something a little bit bigger, a little bit scarier that they can sink their teeth into.
Yeah, they cannot be tier 2 because they need a research building for it. Dark Circle, which is just placed down right now. So you need to have this finished before you can hit the tier 2 button. But yeah, as you said, the economy advantage is still, I think, in favor for the demons. We have 62 and 20 to 80, still 80, and yeah, I think Chaos Demons got ahead in the early game. It's kind of settling down. That being said, there are some horrors, and the Demon Lord again looking at a listening post here, and it's also an upgraded listening post. It hurts extra if this one dies. 12 requisition income, and also the resources you spend upgrading it, and also, but by the looks of it, it will go down. Actually, a fully reinforced set of Screamers, two sets of Screamers, if I'm seeing right. If I'm not, yeah. So yeah. This is interesting.
Oh dear. I mean, at this point, I mean, the Imperial Guard have not teched into tier 2, they've not got any tactical controls, it's not even got the use of any grenade launchers or anything like that to add to their overall firepower. It's kind of important. They need to get to the arena at some point. They have just gone for tier 2 now, but then again, I've always said that teching up into tier 2 in the middle of an assault is always a very dangerous thing to do, as you do need that blue money to keep your current fighting forces ship shape and Bristol fashion. At the moment, losing one squad there. They've got another squad in listening post over here which has not been upgraded. Do have a heavy bottle turret on the way, but will they be able to finish it before these Screamers kill the Tech Priest engines here? It does look like they might be able to do it. Oh, there we go.
We finish. Oh, just.
Lord of mercy on my mortal soul. This is you don't normally see this level of chaos in a regular game, but for some reason tournament games, it's all balls to the walls, man.
It's like everyone is trying hard, everybody is slipping a bit on the micro and everything. It's not like your standard ladder game. So we have this heavy bolter turret, should help defending this base right now. Maybe an earlier heavy bolter turret here would have saved his base in an earlier assault, but yeah, these horrors are still here. but there's a command squad getting the General Stubbs. So it's the hero from the campaign, actually, not any commander here. So let's see. But yeah, these horrors should be sent home, especially if the listening post is upgraded now. Yeah.
There we go. Imperial Guard managing to... Well, I say managing to stabilize. It looks like they will stabilize at some point in the near future. If these Screamers don't just leave us alone. One major weakness for the Chaos Demons is that obviously when their morale goes, they lose the ability to regenerate, and they take damage over time, don't they?
Yeah, but on the flip side, their damage is not reduced. So this is a mechanic that was present in Vanilla Dawn of War as well for the horrors, for Chaos. So this got the whole faction here has basically this mechanic. But yeah, they're still holding on. That's only one squad of Screamers, one squad of horrors, and a Demon Lord. Yeah, every horror you kill though spawns a blue horror, and every blue horror you kill spawns a, what is it called? Brimstone horror. So there are a lot of bodies flying around here for the Chaos Demons.
That's it. And I think it's probably one of the reasons why no matter what Chaos Demon game you cast, there's always going to be some Screamers in there. Once they lose the morale, they're very quick to go back home, and then when they regain the morale, able to jump back into that Lesser Demon portal, they should be teleported straight back in. So for pound, second for second, the Demon Screamers are going to be in combat a lot more regularly and for a longer time than your other demons, I would have to say. Guardsmen being chased to the back end of the wall. I mean, listening post firing away as best they can. Missile, well, sorry, not missile turret. Heavy bolter has been taken down, but it's anyone's game at this point. I have no idea how the Imperial Guard are standing firm, or how the demons are able to keep this consistent level of aggression on the get-go.
Yeah, it's like a lot of players forget to bring lost souls and attach a commander to your squad, so their squads will lose morale and die. But you see here, you could call the one and only Chaos Demon main player in Unification, so he knows what he's doing. He's also tier 2, Imperial Guard is also tier 2, adding some priests, some well-needed melee support for his forces. You could also send them like attacking on the enemy base. They are rather quick at killing listening posts, but yeah, let's see. He got for air command, so this is going to be interesting. If these horrors can outfire the what is it called again? Like the planes or not? But he has no income whatsoever. He has at least no money to build them right now. Income is acceptable, if anything. He has 68 to 30, whereas the demons have 101. Both players are tier 2. GapPR also got for the Chaos God of Siege worship to make his Screamers and Horrors better. He goes for Herald of Siege right now, which is absolute monster in ranged combat. So let's see. I think he will turn the tide here, if anything.
Well, we do have a Valkyrie Assault Carrier on the way from the Air Command, which, to be honest, Air Command's probably the way forward, as obviously Screamers won't be able to kill them, because with the lack of... they don't have any guns, they've got no hands to hold them. Can I just say, this one singular squad of guardsmen was able to stand the test of time and held back all forms of chaos nonsense. For how long was that engagement? That was like a good solid 2.5 minutes of just non-stop warfare. And now that we have a Valkyrie Assault Carrier in the mix, these Chad guardsmen are just going to be... well, I'm just lost for words, speechless. We've also got another Valkyrie Assault Carrier on the way as well, sir. And now the guardsmen are on the offensive. Priest leading the charge. In fact, 2 priests leading the charge. Love to see how this Herald of Zinch adds to the combat effectiveness and readiness of the horrors that he's attached to.
Yeah, he has 2 abilities, one Gift of Zinch and one, I don't know, something of Zinch. One increases the combat effectiveness of the units around him, one deals some random damage about them. Wow. And what he said about the Chat Guardsmen, what is even more chat about them, is that they are unupgraded. Not a single upgrade for these guys. They have their little commissar, and then yeah, the priests doing the heavy lifting in melee here, tying up the horrors when the Vulture Assault Carriers firing down from atop. These assault carriers will not do anything against buildings, I have to say, but yeah, you have one single priest still surviving here. Let's see how these assault carriers, yeah, they take some damage now, but yeah, some how should I say, room to breathe for the guardsmen here.
Definitely, and you see that they're completely upgraded, these guardsmen. That makes it all the more even impressive. With nothing but faith in the Emperor and a general xenophobia towards demons, That's all you need, baby. That is all you need. And one Valkyrie does go down. Second Valkyrie looks like it's about to go down. Narrowly surviving. Want to save your money, especially like if you're behind on the old economy. You want to save every single penny you can possible and get them repaired back at home. They've done a little bit of damage. They've given themselves some breathing room. Now's the time to probably retreat and go back home and sit on your laurels, I suppose. What other options is he going for? I mean, he's going for more priests. Not sure if more Valkyries are the way forward. I think the Valkyries were a great idea for getting that initial breathing room, but maybe needs to transition to something a little bit more substantial as there's no more Screamers left, so don't really get that much advantage from any flying units at this point in the game. And that Herald Zinch is just absolutely caning everyone with his long-range area effect damage stuff going on there.
Yeah, and he's actually doing exactly what he said. He's he has added a mechanized command and got the Hellhound depot. So Hellhound is a pretty nice idea. Economy also is pretty more or less similar, with a bit of float for the Chaos Demons. But yeah, no money to spare to get a single Hellhound here. He needs to hold the line. Come on.
That's it. I mean, they've regained the morale, but the Commissars has died at some point in this, and that's quite sad. The Chad Guardsmen dying in the line of duty, doing what they do best, which is holding the line, and they most certainly did it for as long as possible. We are going to get some special weapon squads now. I'm not sure. I saw Yazoo 55 in the game last week when the pressure was on. He got some special weapon squads against a mainly infantry opposing composition. Not sure if this is the play to make. After all, they are specifically designed to be good against vehicles, buildings and aircraft, and I don't really see that much in the way of that for them to go up against.
Yeah, I mean, you see it right here. They have sick grenades, but that's basically it. They have melter guns equipped, so they will not do a lot of damage against these horrors. Just some quick information about the fight, the last fight, where our friends, the Chad Guardsmen, and you saw all the blue jankiness going up on these horrors. That's the buff that the Herald of Zinch can give them, basically increasing their damage output by quite a lot. You see what happened there. He has now two heavy weapon, special weapon squads, and gets one heavy weapons team. So let's see if this makes a difference. He's losing another listening post here, as it looks like haven't even kept his strategic point on the right side of his base. So this is going to be interesting. The game is still going on. I don't know how actually. It's like amazing. Yeah,
it's crazy. So what I don't understand is that Yazoo he already had the idea. He already saw the power of one singular unupgraded guardsman against all these demons. Imagine what he could achieve with two unupgraded guardsman squads, and he only needs one commissar to keep them all in morale, all shipshape and fighting fit. But we do have one Hellhound now, and the fire is good against demon armor, but then again, I mean, it's unsupported, unloved in this world. Temporary Ascendancy will try and repair it, but instantly kill them. I mean, 150 blue money and 150 green money, that's an exceedingly expensive piece of kit to lose in the first 5 seconds of its existence.
Yeah, the thing is that they all had stuff attached to them that keeps the morale of the warp attachment, you could say, of the demons intact, like a Hellhound. If they break the morale, they are really good at breaking morale, doing some area of effect damage against demon as well. So they in theory are the perfect unit, but you need some priests tying up these units in the first place. So he didn't got an, how should I say, coordinated attack, because he had to defend in the nick of time. So imagine some priests in the front, 1 or 2 Hellhounds in the back. This would be a completely different story. But GapBR had got some Flamers of Zinch. If they hit the field and just look funny at any infantry, it will be seconds before they die. Let's see, where are they being dropped in at some point.
Well, we do have a heavy weapons team set up and then unsetting up, because it's the main problem with the heavy weapons team, isn't it? Is that you've got to get them perfectly set up, otherwise they're not supporting their comrades in arms. This mechanised command is looking like it's going to go down after that. Hellhound has been sent to the sin bin. Heavy weapons team, though, reassessing their life choice and will start firing at these pink horrors and the blue horrors and the brimstone ones alike. Some special weapon squads moving forward, getting their grenades ready. But like you say, yeah, when those flamers of Zinch drop, wherever they may be, I assume that they've been. Oh, let me have a. Have they been stored in the list? Yeah, they're in the portal. So the moment that they drop, it's going to be good night, sweet prince to a lot of Imperial Guard infantry.
shit drops the deck, as you might say. But yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's GG. He has no mechanized command anymore, so he has no way to tech up. He has no resources, and yeah, TPR has. I don't know how he did it, but he has a hell of a lot of green money, as you would say. But yeah, really nice game. It was like we had a big aggression of the Chaos Demons in the early game, but also aggression of Imperial Guard. We had like a base trade scenario, which in the end of the day favored the Chaos Demons. Then we had stabilization, even an assault of the Imperial Guard, but they weren't able to do much as they would need to, and then they got pushed back, and yeah, no way to defend the counterattack there. So really interesting game, I have to say.
Absolutely. I mean, those Chad Guardmen, they had it for me. They are the MVPs in my heart. So this was so Gab PR wins third place. But what about the finals, Max? If I'm a viewer and I want to find out how to watch the finals for this tournament, how would I go about it?
You could either click the link that is probably inside the description of your video, but or you could look over on my channel. You could leave me a subscription and see anything that pops up. Maybe it's the finals, maybe.
Who knows? Well, if I would say that'd be a good place to start. But cool, okay, that's us done. Thank you ever so much for watching. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always never chore. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.
Bye-bye.